Hi, everyone. I'm Jeanie Dietrich Hopkins from A Bridge to Wisdom. I'm here today to bring in a message, and I don't know who's going to come through, although Jesus and Mary Magdalene are my gatekeepers, which means that they come through and they decide what other beings might come through. Sometimes they speak, and sometimes they step aside and let others come through. So I don't know what that's going to be today. I never know, and I don't know what the topic will be, although I have an idea. It's something that's coming through. Anyway, so I will take a few moments and allow them to come through. Hello, dear children. I am Mary Magdalene. It is always my joy and pleasure to come through and speak through this one to those of you that have been drawn to this message. I will be giving the message today, and the message is that of wisdom. Wisdom is an interesting word. Often, you mortals like to think of wisdom as something that a sage might have, or a priest, or a goddess, a god. And indeed, we do have wisdom, those of us that are ascended masters. But it's not that kind of wisdom that I want to speak with you about today. That is wisdom that you will all achieve eventually, because it is a given that you will ascend and you will rise above your mortal experience at some point. And you will embrace the truth of your own inner nature, which is an eternal spiritual being. It is love. You, dear ones, are love. And you are the embodiment of that wisdom which created you. And the wisdom that you are going to be embracing while on this plane of existence, this third dimensional plane in which you are now living, is the kind of wisdom that will lead you to that deeper inner wisdom of the ascended master. But it must start somewhere. And where it is going to start for you, beloveds, is in your own heart space, that part of you that is connected to your inner guidance, the Holy Spirit, if you will. Some might call it the God connection. For indeed, the Holy Spirit is connected to God. It is the voice for God, as A Course in Miracles would say. And it is indeed that part of yourself that tells you when you are on the right track with your life. It tells you yes when you want to say yes, and it tells you no when you want to say no. And we are asking you to take the time each day to get quiet, even for 5 minutes. And if 5 minutes is too much, then do it for 2 minutes. We remember when this one began to learn to meditate, and she is still learning. She would only be able to be still for 1 minute at a time. She was extremely hyper, and she would have to be listening to a symphony, a slow movement of a symphony, in order for her to even be still enough for the 1 minute. Then eventually she was able to move it to 2 minutes and 3 minutes. But truthfully, she never got past 5 at a time. So she would do it 5 minutes several times a day. We are asking you to start exploring the idea of meditation if you are not already doing it. And if you are already doing it, explore the idea of going deeper, connecting to that God energy within you on a deeper level. We would ask you to realize that you are, in your core, very wise beings. And the experiences that you have gained in your lifetime, whether you be 20 years old or 90 years old, the experiences that you have gained have brought you what we would call wisdom. You have learned from your mistakes. You have learned from those things that have brought you joy. You have learned from the mistakes of others, if you are paying attention, and from those gains that others have made, and the gains that you have made. Because, dear children, even if you are 20 years old, you have made gains. Now, you may think you've made more than you have, because youth is ever hopeful. And if you are 90, you might have some regrets, thinking that you have not gained as much as you have. But you all have that inner wisdom to help you communicate, to share those experiences, your strengths, your hopes with others. And we would like you to start taking time to yourself, being quiet, even for just a few moments, and asking your inner guidance, your inner knowing, to show you the experiences that you have had that are bringing wisdom to your soul, and that you might share with others in your life. It is very important that you start looking at yourself as the inner child of the divine love, all that is. God, the Father, the Mother, the Creator. And when you are feeling that inner urge to do something and it feels right, we encourage you to do it. If there is any doubt there, we encourage you to stay with the doubt for a while until you start to get some clarity around it. And you can do that through your quiet time. So we are just starting to talk about wisdom. This channel is about a bridge to wisdom, and a bridge is something that takes you across a difficult area to cross. It could be water, it could be rocks, it could be mountaintops. But it is an ongoing process. You don't just leap over a bound of water or rocks or mountains. You must step on the bridge. We are asking you to step on the bridge, to go within and start asking yourself questions about what you've learned so far in this lifetime. Whether you are 20 years young, 40, 50, 60, 80, or 90 years young. And we say that seriously because, dear children, you are eternal. You are babies. But you are ascended masters in the making. And we look forward to being on this path with you. That is my message for today. And I will see you at another time. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you at another time. Until then, many blessings. Bye now.